Hello everyone and welcome back to Arctic Retro. So I'm still at vacation. Well, I'm not at vacation, but I have vacation, but I'm now home for a few days. We've been traveling in Norway. I and my kids, we visited my father. He lives up north. We were there for a couple of weeks and then we drove to Sweden to some camping resort there. There's a lot of nice places on the east coast of Sweden in the north. We stayed there for a couple of days and then I visited my friend Robert. As you might have seen already, I made a little video about that. But now I'm home for a few days and I'm gonna be working my regular work for 4 days and then I head over to Hong Kong for 1 week. So I wasn't actually planning to make a video now, but being home bored, I felt a little bit urge. So I actually gonna continue taking a look at this one, the Amstrad 128+2. Which I couldn't repair in the last video I made before my vacation. So let's see if I can fix it now. So in the last video about this machine, I actually didn't try to do a repair attempt as such. I was just checking it out, what was wrong with it. And in fact it had just black screen. However, there looked to be normal signals on all the chips and things like that. But I found out that there was no 12 volts provided to the motherboard, and I figured out this transistor here, I think it was this, was faulty and thus did not produce any 12 volts. Before I continue, I just want to thank my sponsor PCBWay. They made this PCB here for a 1581 floppy disk drive and they deliver amazing quality and really fast shipping times. Besides PCB manufacturing, they also do 3D printing, and I got this case for the 1581 floppy drive made by PCBWay in amazing good quality and yeah, very nice white color. So if you want to have your own PCBs manufactured, then head over to PCBWay.com and check out their services. And for the PCB silk screen, they now have a new option for UV printing multicolor. So check that out. Likewise, if you need something 3D printed or CNC machined or made some sheet metal, then they have services for that. So thank you PCBWay for supporting my YouTube channel. At that time I thought that maybe the machine didn't need 12 volts to operate, maybe only the cassette player and the expansion port needed 12 volts, but I was actually wrong there. I got a comment on the previous video. A commenter said that in fact this machine needs 12 volts for the video chip to be able to produce a video signal, so I was wrong in my thoughts at that time. So I went ahead and ordered the correct transistor, not only the one that I found was faulty, but some of the others as well. So just gonna take a look at that. Also got some other packages. These came from AliExpress, they're not labeled or anything, so yeah, that's transistors, all right. Hopefully they are real ones and not fakes, hopefully, but I'm gonna test them of course. And here's some other transistors, and this one I actually already opened because I thought it was something else, but yeah, this is a big package of 100 transistors of different kinds, because I sometimes find that I need a transistor that I don't have, and 100 was almost just as cheap as buying only 10. So yes, that's the 239, 238 and various other types. Not very interesting, but those goes into my stock. This one, I don't know what it is, I don't remember. I just want to open it just to see what it is, something bigger. Okay, What the heck is the packaging? Rectalna mast napusit prihemorrhoidok. It's an anal medicine packaging to use against hemorrhoids, I guess, by the text. Looks like Polish or something. SK. But that's not the thing I bought. Yeah, now I remember what I bought. And this is also for this machine. And it's some of the missing keycaps with the springs, but not all. I came across a seller at eBay that had a keyboard. He was selling spare keys at a quite high price. I got a deal on these 7 ones. However, that's not all that I need, but still it's better than none. So I need to find the remaining keys afterwards. I think I'm gonna do some cleanup of this machine and take apart the keyboard just to clean it up, and then I can fit these as well. They seem to have all the necessary springs as well. Alright, so in the last video I figured out this ZX 650 was not working, and it's TR9, and this goes to the 12 volts. So my first thing is gonna replace that one. I found a replacement for that. On this page here there's listed some replacement components for various ZX Spectrum machines, and it says that the 650 can be replaced with 651, and I found 651 but not the 650, so that's what I'm gonna do first. Yeah, that's this little bag. It's marked ZX 651. Of course I'm gonna test it before I solder it in. Yeah, and it says it's a BGT NPN transistor, so I guess that works then. I did actually solder in the old transistor, and it's actually this one. This is TR9. All right, let's get it out. So the old transistor, it has the labeling on the other side compared to the shape. Hopefully it is a correctly shaped. No, it doesn't even have any label. So, alright, I'm just going to solder it in the same direction as the other one. So let's see if that helped with anything. Just gonna quickly plug it in. I didn't mount the heatsink, which I probably should do. Just gonna measure the voltage, see if we have any 12 volts. According to the schematics, you should have plus 12 volts on pin 22, and this is 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Yes! Indeed, there's 12 volts. How nice. Alright, I'm gonna plug in the diagnostics cartridge. Yeah, and the plus 12 volts seems to be a little bit weak, but still it was there. Well, what am I waiting for? Let's turn on the TV and see if we get any. Yes! Look at that. RAM test, pass, pass, pass. So that was just a little transistor fault. Yes, look at that. Everything passed, and yeah, the picture looks quite nice. Yeah, it doesn't look that nice on the video. I have a very cold-ish color, white balance, but yeah, quite good purple and green and gray, everything. The white on the green looks a little bit blurred. Also up here, the white on the black here, it's a little bit strange. Yeah, let's boot it up into the Spectrum. Oops. That's not good. I was cheering too early. That's not good at all. So there are some more tests on this diagnostics cartridge. Maybe the ULA is bad after all. Or I did replace the ROM. I have the ROM I burnt in this. Yeah, because I wanted to test if that was a faulty ROM. So I made a copy, and that's what I have inserted. Maybe the copy is faulty or not properly good with this machine. So where did I put the original ROM then? Here it is. It was still in the burner because I actually did a check, and it actually verified against the downloaded ROM file, so it's working. Okay, let's try that. Nope, still the same. Dang, I was hoping this was it, but obviously it's not. So there seems to be some issue either with RAM or the ULA chip or something else. I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of experience with ZX Spectrum machines. I'm going to try and run the other diagnostics tests and see if they produce any errors. I need to have a working keyboard to start those, so I'm going to fix up the keyboard as good as it can be, and yeah, let's do that now. So this is the state of the keyboard, and as you can see, a lot of keys missing, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I got 7 of those. I'm still missing the return key, and there's also damage there to the plastic there too, so that needs to be taken care of. First I'm just gonna take it out and take off all the keycaps, and I'm gonna clean it. Just a couple of screws. 3 to be exactly. 1 was missing, and 1 looks not to be original. I'm also gonna remove the cassette drive because yeah, I'm gonna take the plastics and clean them up while I'm at it. Yeah, there's some screws. These are longer, so I don't confuse them with the keyboard. Is there one more under here? Oh, there's one down there. There's a hole. Can barely reach it. There's some sort of spring there, and it's held in place with this screw. Not really sure what's going on here. Yeah, and then we have this screw for the motor as well. Strangely enough, there's no screw there, even there is a screw hole. Should be loose now. Or maybe not. Even one more screw there for the PCB. Very long one. Now it's free. But I think the lid needs to come up. Yeah. And there's even more, a little PCB. Alright, that's the cassette module, and now it's easy to clean it up. It's very dirty, so it definitely needs some cleaning. And I see now I didn't need to remove that screw. It's just a spring for the lid of the cassette drive. To not lose that spring, I'm gonna screw down the screw again. Now I'm gonna take off all the keycaps and the springs, so I can clean them up and also get access to the keyboard, the plastic plate. Try not to lose any of the springs. Alright, I'll keep pulling these off and then I'll be back. You just pull them straight up. They have these plastic tabs. I guess you should be a little bit careful and not jank them too hard, or they might snap. Yes, and as often with these old keyboards, they look gross, full of dust. The bigger keys I can't actually remove. They have these metal hinges, and they are fastened on the back side, so I actually need to remove the the keyboard plate, it's actually just held in place with these plastic tabs. So just gonna pull them aside and down. Try not to break anything. I'm not really sure if I have to unscrew these. I think I might have to. Yeah, I think there's some bracket. Yeah, now it comes loose. Hopefully the keyboard membrane is still okay. If not, I have to get a new one. Yeah, none of them broke. Okay, so not any corrosion. Well, there's a few rust spots. It's one there, there, and a couple there. Gonna clean that up later. The membrane looks fine, looks clean too. Just taking a little cotton swab here with some IPA on. Gently wipe it, but it's actually between it that there's the contact points. And yeah, I'll take a look at that later. Maybe I need to clean in between as well, if it's possible to separate. Yes. Okay. Yeah, just do that right away. Yeah, and here's some silicone or rubber thing, but obviously this side that needs to clean, which has been in contact with the keys. And yeah, there's in fact some dust. Oh boy, there's some carbon pads, and you shouldn't obviously not rub them too hard, or you can wear them down. Yeah, inside the keyboard looks gross. Here you can see that the metal tabs are on the inside, I mean the metal rods, and you need to take them out from this side, which is a little bit awkward, but yeah, just need to do that. So now the remaining keys can be pulled. Yeah, that went well. Nothing is broken. I'm now going to take the plastic parts, the case itself and the keyboard, and clean real good. Then I'll be back. So everything cleaned up nicely. However, not really sure how I'm going to repair this damage here. You see this big hole, and one of the support rings are missing. I can probably make such a ring, but this one is more difficult. Seems like one of the tabs that holds the keycap down is broken off here. And yeah, I can probably glue something here, but this has to be reconstructed, so that's not gonna be easy. I'll see what I'll do with that. So for this ring I could probably just construct it in a 3D tool and just print it out. It's 10 millimeters and the height 6 millimeters. So I made this piece. It's constructed with just a cylinder and a negative volume inside it, so it's gonna be hollow then. So that's the result. I'm gonna print a couple of those. Yeah, the part came out nicely. I'm now gonna just glue it in there, like so. Yes, I left a little bit of the brim support, so it might stick a little bit better. Just use a little bit of, oops, not that much super glue. This is a new tube, so yeah, just need to clean up that mess. Yeah, I'd rather have some glue on this instead. Yeah, that looks alright. This is the one I made. This is the original. I might use some extra glue or epoxy around it just to secure it even better when the super glue has dried. Now for this mess here, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm make a mold or something and try to make a part that fits into that hole, but I'll see. I don't have the enter key yet, so I don't have to do it now, but I guess we can just push something down here in order to activate enter on this machine. So I think I made this ring a little bit too wide. It should probably have been only 9 millimeters, but I measured it to be 10, but yeah, it is a bit wider, and I actually have problem fitting this P. It won't go down. Alright, I'll leave it with that. The eye is missing and the return key, this I didn't fix it, I just took out the plastic part, but it's usable but not very stable. I'll fix it later whenever I eventually fix this. I've inserted the keyboard and yeah, it says here press 1 for 48K, 2 for 128, 3 for +2, and yeah. Apparently the keyboard does not work either. So a lot of faults here. So it's actually now just testing 48K of RAM, since it's assuming 48K mode. Yeah, so I'm pressing 3 and 2 and 4 and none of the keys work. So apparently there's something wrong either with the keyboard membrane or the chip handling the keyboard. Alright, so without a working keyboard it's kind of hard to do anything with this machine, and I can't run those diagnostics tests which I really wanted to run just to see if there's any RAM fault. I could of course just pull out the oscilloscope and try to check out the RAM and everything and see if I find anything wrong, but I think I'm gonna order a new keyboard membrane and maybe also a ULA chip replacement. I'll see if I can find one. Well, look at that, the machine freaking works after all. So what have I done? Well, actually I was using the oscilloscope. I was about to finish this video because I thought I couldn't come any further. I didn't have much time left. But I probed with the oscilloscope and I found everything to be working normally on the RAM, and I also found no signals whatsoever from the keyboard connectors. Even if I shorted some of the keyboard input and output pins to 5 volts or ground, nothing happened. So, so I was thinking that's strange, and the keyboard port is actually directly connected to the CPU. At least the KB2, which is this, goes via some diodes directly to some of the address lines on the CPU, and yeah, I measured those and the connections were okay, continuity was okay, all the diodes were okay. So I actually just swapped out the Z80 CPU with another one, and voila, keyboard now works. At least the keys I have. So that's pretty nice, I think. Let me restart it now, and no, actually the test behaves a little bit different. It shows you this menu, and then it actually detects that this is a +2 machine, and it actually starts testing the whole stuff, and it says here Spectrum +2. Let's let the test run through now and see if everything's okay. Yeah, everything passed, and then it actually presented this menu here, and I can select, but I don't have a return key, just use a cotton swab there. Yes. Okay, I really don't know how to use this keyboard at all. I don't have the eye. How do you delete? I have no idea. How do I delete the character? Oh boy. Yeah, that's how far I got it with the basic on this machine. So now I'm starting it without the diagnostics cartridge. Yeah, and there it goes directly into that menu. Yes. Okay, tape loader. So that's the next here. The machine is now working. It was a faulty CPU apparently. And now I'm gonna clean up the cassette drive and let's see if we can load anything after that. So it's the next day, and in fact yesterday I did order a ULA replacement. It's called VLA 128. I ordered it on Tindy from I think the original developer there. However, now I don't need it, so I asked to cancel the order if it's not already shipped, and it cost $50 US dollars, including shipping. And I also did a more thorough search after the missing keys, and in fact I found the I and the enter key for this keyboard as well, so that's already ordered. And with that I also found some other things like screws and the rubber feet and yeah, some other small stuff for this machine. So it looks like this is gonna be complete. Now I'm gonna clean up the cassette drive, and as you can see it's quite dirty, but not too bad. It's not corrosion or anything, just for the most part loose dust and some oily dirt. And I'm gonna clean it up and try to put some new lubricant here and there. Spray it with some alcohol and clean up the whole thing, even the little PCB. Yeah, and of course clean the heads. There's one read and write head and there's one delete head. The underside looks much more cleaner. Yeah, and the rubber belts seem to be okay. Yes, I think this is as clean as it gets, and it seems to be functioning. The pause key hangs. Sometimes you have to push back this lever and then it comes. So maybe that's just a little bit of lubrication. Yeah, when you push the pause it engages this plastic part, and that's supposed to fall back and up, but it doesn't. So I'm just gonna lubricate there, I guess. I just use this silicone fat for this, just a little bit on a cotton swab. Yeah, I think I need to use something else there. I can't reach it. Maybe the spring is too weak. I don't know if there were any grease on this originally or not. Maybe it's just worked perfectly. I lubricated the pause mechanism, but it's still hanging, so sometimes it won't release. But I found that if you push it up, then it comes. Yeah, so I try not to use the pause anyway. So that's it for cleaning up the cassette mechanism. Now I'm gonna assemble this machine and see if we can actually load something. I think I have a couple of ZX Spectrum tapes. The case cleaned up nicely, but I think it has seen some use. Yeah, some wear and tear. Yeah, some of the lettering here has worn out a little bit. Logo seems okay. This has a lot of scratches. I don't think you can do much with that. You could of course try to replace it. And this logo here, it's pretty ugly. Gonna leave it for now. Yeah, just gonna assemble it if I can remember which screw went where. They're kind of different sizes. The machine is back together. There's one missing screw on the motherboard. I don't care about that for now. There was one missing screw for the keyboard. I think I found the correct size. If not, as I said, I have ordered the screws for this. Oh, it's a Torx. Probably for Amiga then. Yeah, it fits perfectly. I cleaned up the keyboard connectors with some electronic cleaner and also these flat flexes here, and yeah, should be good to go now. And the case screws are missing, so I have to wait for those. I ordered those as well. Obviously I need to connect the cassette drive also. Now I think everything is hooked up. It was a little bit cumbersome to assemble the the machine. You have to push it to the right and then to the left. Yeah, something like that. Okay. All right, let's see now. Can we load something from a cassette? I think I only have this software starter pack for the ZX Spectrum. Probably will work on this as well. Oh no. Oh. It doesn't rewind. But forward is okay. Okay, I'm just going to turn it to side B and then forward it. Then turn it over to side A and select tape loader. Insert tape and press play. It runs, but it's quite noisy. Doesn't sound very healthy. Let's see if we can load anything or not. Yes. Yeah, program side A. That's correct. Well, now it just turned into this. I don't know if it crashed or not. Yeah, it crashed. No reversing worked, but yeah, I think the motor is actually struggling a bit, and yeah, maybe the belts are not very nice either. I just try once more. I'm not too concerned if the tape drive doesn't work. Not gonna use it anyway. I might just hook up a modern device for loading. I might do some more servicing on that drive to figure out what's weak with it later. At least it is loading data. I'm not sure if this tape is actually compatible with this machine. I know there's differences between the original ZX Spectrum and this, but my hope was that it worked. Nope, it didn't load anything. I was thinking about using one of these devices, SD card reader that can be used on different machines, including the ZX Spectrum. However, this machine does not have tape input and output ports, so in order to use this you need to do a hack. So I think maybe that's gonna be in some other video. Maybe I replace the whole cassette drive with such a module then. Alright, I think that was it for this video. I got the machine working, one bad transistor and one bad Z80 CPU. Still there's issues with this machine and I'm gonna try and rectify those later in another video, so you just have to wait for that. But I'm happy it's working, but not 100% functional still. I'm sorry I wasn't able to run any games or anything on it. I'm sure that would be fun, but I have no possibility to do that right now. So thanks a lot for watching, and a special thanks to my subscribers and my patrons, and see you later. Bye bye.